ago. It's the conversation. Yeah. Take your mind different places. Now you know. So yeah.
Whoops. Okay.
So yeah.
So yeah.
Bro, you fucked on the train?
Technically, I did and didn't.
You did and didn't?
And didn't. Like, I don't consider it fucking on the train.
This guy. Alright.
Okay.
What happened?
Hear me.
Break it
Hear
down.
me.
Break it down.
Okay. All right. So this night, right? It was
Thank you for the
supposed to be-
Cheetos,
No
by the way.
problem. No problem. I feel like it would be a good centerpiece. You know?
Yeah.
But like this night, right? I didn't think much of it. Like I was just going out right after work, you know, right after the Bronx to Manhattan, Lower East, and then we went to a spot. Right after we were kicking at this bar that I met everybody. I met like a group of friends that I know around there, and then we went to another spot down the block, and this girl in particular, I never was actually vibing with from the other spot, if that makes any sense. I barely had any interaction. Like she was pretty much interacting with everybody else but me.
Okay. So maybe she was watching you just didn't know.
Maybe, but because like when I was talking to
they be doing that.
Yeah, because when I was saying stories kind of like this, like exactly with like a few people, it was like the same thing. You know, she would just pay attention and just listen and laugh and all that stuff. But she never really had a conversation with me. So then we go to the next spot. I'm at the bar. I'm waiting for my drink because I already ran my tab. And I looked down at her. We were having like a little close, like 10-second chit chat. And then she pulls me and we start making out. And I'm like, whoa.
What was the chit chat about?
It
doesn't even matter.
To be very honest, I wish I could tell you. Like, but like I can't remember.
Yeah, she just pulled you in. Fuck
She
yeah.
just pulled me in and
That's dope.
she went for it and I didn't back off.
Hell yeah.
So it is what it is. So after that, my homegirl Kate, she grabs me. We go upstairs. We talk about another one of these girls that were already there, and she was having a problem and all that shit. I was bugging out and I was having a problem, so I left to hang out with this chick. So then after I hung out with this chick, we left. We started walking around the city and we were just making out everywhere and all that shit. She was grabbing me up. And then we eventually, you know, fucking, I left my bag at the other spot, go to get my bag, and we walk her to the train, the PAT train, and this is World Trade. So, when we go downstairs and all that shit, we were making out the whole time, walking up and down. And she was like, are we gonna get like a hotel? We're gonna get a spot? And like almost like, I'm looking at all the hotels on my phone. I'm just like, yo, bro, these
Checking
are
the prices.
mad expensive, bro. And I ain't spending like $400 for just a semi-fuck like drunk. Like I ain't spending.
Was
that
it
money.
worth it?
Yeah, like that's the kind of money you spend. Like if you know it's gonna be worth it. Like
She got lingerie on.
Not for that.
Fire.
And she gotta come like completely like off the rip correct. And this chick was not it. So I ain't spending that kind of money. So like I told her like, you know what, why don't we just do this another time? I mean, let me just walk you to the train. She's like, no, I need to have you right now. So I'm like, okay. So she's like,
right now.
so she pulls me to a spot. She's leading me to a spot. She's like,
You had a condom or no condom?
No condom.
Oh, you raw dogged it.
Yeah, but
Dogged it in the train.
It was bad. It was bad. I admit. Thank God I didn't, you know, come.
You better go get checked, motherfucker.
Nah, she ain't like that. Like,
you don't know how. You don't know any.
Listen,
don't know any
I'm
girl,
telling
bro.
you, this chick literally looked like she hasn't fucked for a while and she needed somebody right then and there.
You never
No.
know.
I'm telling you, I actually did get checked up not too long ago and I was fine. You think you're a hypochondriac. I thought I was fucking, my dick was gonna fall off. No, my dick was gonna fall, okay? But yeah, like, she pulled me down and then I see the fucking video camera and I'm telling her, I was like, yo, there's a camera right there. And she's like, I don't care. Pull it out. All right. So like she pulls her shit down, I pull my shit down, gives me head for a bit. And then she gets up, spins around, and then I'm blasting her out for like 5 minutes. And then I'm like, you know, I'm pushing my luck too much. So like, I was just like, yo, we gotta stun. Pulled up. put my shit back on. And security was just walking up as we were already buttoning up.
Bugging.
And she was like trying to get her bags on and stuff, and they were like hey.
Yo, you gotta be careful, bro.
No, they saw everything.
Nah, there's motherfucking people be out there jerking off and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
At least it wasn't on the train.
In the subway.
At least it wasn't on the train. It was like in like just a corner somewhere in the train station. Even though equally it's just as bad.
Right.
But like, hey man, it's an experience.
Yeah.
Technically I fucked in a train station. But I wouldn't really count it. Why I'm saying I did and didn't, because I wouldn't really...
It's not like you're at the train station, but it's not...
It's not like you would have as much time as you wanted.
And it's also not the subway MTA system, which is nastier.
Yeah.
And more grungier. She probably would have liked it.
It's very clean. It was very white. And it was, you know...
That's what he's hell, man.
Yeah. But she's a nice girl.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to, you know, see each other not too long.
Let's see what happens with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like, we'll have a funny story to talk to each other about.
Well, listen, man. Wear a motherfucking condom, bro.
I do. It's just like fucking like every store, like it was like 2 a.m, bro. Every store was closed. I was like pissed. I was like, fuck, man.
There's no deli?
That's why I told no deli's open. They all close at like around like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Oh shit, that's wild.
Around that area, I don't know
Right.
why. So like I'm like, oh fuck, all right,
That's crazy.
fine. Like, and I wasn't with it. I wasn't with doing it. That's why I like. But she didn't seem like that gross, you know. Like she didn't seem like a dirty girl. You know what I mean?
Bro, if she was down to fuck, she was like that, she was a dirty girl, bro.
Probably, yeah.
I'm telling you.
But I still got myself checked. That was cool.
I feel like it's a lie.
You think I get myself checked? You really think I wouldn't actually think about that? Like fucking, I was actually panicky. Like I felt like the next day, like I felt gross. Like I was like, what did I do? It's like, oh yeah. And then like we started talking back and forth on text, like for like 2 days. And then I was like, dude, fuck this. And I was like, I went in on Sunday, and I was like, I got like the full, you know, checkup and all that shit. You know, they checked my blood, checked my, you know, all that, and I was clean. Because the doctor would have
got lucky.
told me in confidence if I would have caught something.
You got lucky, man.
I got lucky I didn't get burned.
What would you say is like the wildest place you ever fucked?
Second to that, I don't know. Like you know, alleys and shit.
Yo, one time, bro, I was in Puerto Rico. I have mad stories, bro.
I'm here.
But one time I was in Puerto Rico, I was in the fucking ocean, chilling, waves, shit was dope. Me and my homie saw these 2 sexy ass girls walking on the coastline.
Got real deep. Oh,
Yo,
man.
bro, and homie was like, hey, and then they were like, hey, and then we were just like, come here. And then he went straight into the water, bro. And we fucked them in the water.
Wow. Straight up, they were
Straight up in the ocean.
DTF right in the water.
It was dope.
Good clap. Great.
It was dope. Where's this nigga from? He was fucking
Huge.
This motherfucker was like 6'7", bro. Dead ass. But I still got to find a bitch.
At least you're one of that. You got the hype fucker, but I got the hotter girl.
You know what I'm saying? I'm. It's not like I'm not tall. Just that nigga was so tall, bro.
Like that makes me, you know, like sometimes like I have friends I could like be like at equal height with. Then I hang out with certain people that are just fucking tall as fuck. Like they're like linebackers compared to me. Like I feel like I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like, you know, small and shit.
It is wild.
Well, like, what? Like, when it comes to sex, like when you actually like really like vet out a chick, whether or not she's like worth it fucking. You know, would you just fuck any chick, or would you actually like look at a chick like, maybe you're worth the trouble?
It's like this, yo.
Because I vet that out. That's one reason why I asked.
I really don't like to chase, yo. I don't. Every single time I've chased in my life, I've always felt like a dumbass. Always. Like, it was just like, I've always felt like a dumbass. I'm like, why am I doing this? And I feel like if you like a girl and she like you, it should just be like a straight up thing. You know what I mean? And it should
Naturally.
Yeah. It should just flow. And if it doesn't, for whatever reason, let that shit not flow, man. Cause
To walk away.
yeah, that's not for
Yeah, a
you.
lot of guys get stuck in that because they feel like that's the only one they're gonna get. Feel me? Like, you know, like you ever meet those guys that, like, you know, at the first chance they get to be with somebody, they just stay latched on. Like, there's a guy I know, like, his first girlfriend ever. First girlfriend. He married her. And now he's moving all the way to another state with her and shit like that. And she's been already like a fucking chaotic wench.
I know somebody like that too, but they separated for some time and then they got back together after a few years.
But that's the thing, like,
Which is
this
different.
hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Like, and they're like, literally, like, first girlfriend, like, been with.
Well, that's the problem. Like, you need to have experience. You need to see what's out there. But the wild part about life is, I honestly think if you genuinely connect with someone, then that could be your person.
Yeah.
Just like you could connect with many people. But it all depends on what you want in life, you know? And are you set up for what you want as well? You know, a lot of people want certain things and they don't understand what work it comes with. You know, wanting to be in a relationship, but not being there for that person. Why are you in a relationship? You know what I mean?
They want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to be able to have a relationship and not be able to put in any work and just have the perfect relationship. It's not working like that.
And that goes for both sides, right? A man or a woman.
Yeah.
But it's just...
That's just a responsibility of two people that are coming together to establish a boundary between each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? It starts off being friends. Like, you get comfortable with somebody. You know them. And sometimes it's right off without a hitch. You become friends and then go right into being something else almost immediately. Sometimes. But sometimes, lately, with me at least, I play the long game. I can't help it. Like, it's just like, well, like, you know how, like, people want to go for the numbers game? You want to go for it. I, like, see what I want after having a whole bunch of options. You know what I mean? You play a little. You paid a little bit of attention to each one. Because if I give too much attention to just every single one, it gets exhausting. You know what I mean? Imagine trying to be like on it all the time. Try to be like, hey, I just want to get in, get out, get off.
Oh.
But that doesn't feel like. I feel like if I actually have people around me, I can either get a girlfriend or a good friend that's a girl. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And actually be able to actually come to her with certain things if I have a question, if I have something that I want to get accomplished when it comes to being on the female sector, I got somebody in my corner.
Right.
And I can actually bring them out and they make the girl feel more comfortable.
Well, if you want that, you have to establish that from the beginning. You know?
Yeah.
And if you establish that in the beginning, you might get that. But not every girl will be that. I do feel like the more you grow, the more you want a different type of female, you know? And as far as who you surround yourself with as well.
That's why
I think the reason why I'm so fucking picky is because I have an interesting plate of lives that I connect with. You know, different experiences, different tastes, different flavors, different messages, you know? And that makes me really fucking picky.
it makes me picky because, like, you've had a taste of everything.
Right.
and you know, after dealing with certain people and you know dealing with different personalities and different girls, and you know somebody's into this more than this one is, you know, you start to figure that out, and you start to figure out what you want in a woman, and when you actually do establish a relationship, you kind of, you know, keep them at a certain standard that you're not going to lower your standards for her. If she's not meeting up to your standards, she has to either change towards yours, or you have to either accept that sometimes, you know, a girl's not going to,
I get what you're saying.
you know, get up to that.
When I don't know. Like,
That's why
when
I
I
think it's a
got
flip side
out
too.
of my relationship, right? When I got out of my relationship, I was being a hoe. I was fucking. But that's also because I know I could fuck, so it's just like, fuck it. Like,
I did the
but
same too.
at the
Got
same
bored.
time, yeah, you get bored. You're just like, damn, I want to fuck.
Let me be real. I've after the divorce,
Not
after
really fuck,
breaking
'cause
up.
she broke up with me first, and then
She did the same thing,
I fucked.
Yeah. Well, I knew she was cheating, and then we broke up.
All right, we're
Never-
talking about two different things right now. You're
Well,
talking about your-
mine, you didn't have to worry about that. Mine was cheating, so at least you don't have to deal with that bullshit. Because that would be on your mind. You feel like you're emasculated, dude. If you get cheated on, it feels emasculating. It fucks with your
psyche.
yeah. Because you're like you think you would actually be the guy she wouldn't cheat on,
But
and then
did
you're
you,
fucking
But
wrong.
did you cheat on her first before? Okay.
No, was loyal right to the fucking end. And then she was doing what she was doing behind my back. And then when I found out about it and we broke up, after I knew we broke up, I went right in the fucking. I didn't care. Because she didn't. She's already fucking somebody else.
Right.
So she's already has her safety net.
Damn.
So I didn't have one because I broke up with nothing. She already had something.
Right.
Which is fucked up because girls do that.
They
Girls will literally, like, if they want to break up with you, the last 6 months, she's going to give you fucking hell and also be looking at options. Because she doesn't want to be alone. Especially if she has serious attachment issues.
I feel like
She's already planning it. Sick little fucking minds they have.
some, not all, bro. Some girls don't have that devious type of mindset.
No, but those are the ones I'm talking about. Those are the ones I'm talking about. You devious fucking bitches.
Son.
You guys need to get it one day. It's
But
gonna come back.
But it is wild that girls do get away with it way more and easier than
They know
guys.
how to lie better
They know
than
how
us. It is scary how they can lie right to your face and still just be like, nope, didn't happen, nope. And just straight up still lie to your face after you know you fucking caught their hand in the fucking cookie jar.
Damn.
Like when you catch a text, when you catch or like, what was that you just said to him? It's like that didn't sound right. Like that didn't sound like somebody that's just a friend. Tones, we're very good on like picking up tones. Like, you know, like when a man talks to another man, you know when he's actually on a aggressive or passive aggressive, or he's just quaint, he's just relaxed.
Yeah.
You know, because we're very good at picking up tones.
Yeah.
That's why women, when they actually have a different tone with a certain dude, it makes you think, like, how'd that happen?
Right.
How'd that happen?
Right.
Like, how can you have that
Yeah.
tone with him like you do with me? And on top of that, you changed your tone to being sweet with him, but harsh with me. Why is that?
We're getting deep.
Because
But
I'm on
alright,
you,
but
bitches.
time out.
I'm on you.
Sometimes, this is the plot twist. Sometimes, some girls, like I for example, like I have a natural like flirtatious type of attitude sometimes, and it just slips out.
Yeah.
And it could be to like a girl, maybe I'm not even attracted to her. Really, it's just
But
like
you
blah,
just-
blah, blah. It just comes out by accident. And I feel like girls, there's some girls that are the same way. They're just like,
They don't mean to be.
yeah, but they just naturally are.
Yeah. They don't mean to be, but they are.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I've met them types, and I'm okay with that. Like, if you're like that, you do you, ma. Like, I'm not gonna. If that's how you are, and you don't take it further, I'm okay. Like, I just know that's your nature. It is what it is.
Right.
I may not like it all the time, and I wish it would be suppressed a bit. If she actually gives a fuck about you, she might actually do that. But sometimes she can't help it and just slips and she just does that, and it's not any disrespect to you because she's actually trying to correct it. So you can appreciate that at least, and you can be like, all right, she's still my girl, man. Like she's like just trying, Girls, just try for us.
But that's the thing, like.
Because like a guy can appreciate a girl trying.
Yeah, you're right. But I also feel like maybe it's where I'm at in my life right now. But I feel like that's why relationships don't really work.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a power trip between the man and the woman, and trying to see who has more control, almost. It feels that way. Not all the time, but it can feel that way. And as a man, sometimes I feel like you want to be more in control. Not only because of the nature of the game, but because you know that it holds attractive qualities to the woman that finds you attractive.
Mm-hmm. Because you can run shit.
I don't think it's about running shit.
You could be able to.
Yeah, it is about running shit.
They look at us to lead. They look at us to lead it. Like they want you to be able to open the door and be able to actually plan out the date.
Right.
You know where we're going. You're driving the car. You know, it's your car. She's just a passenger. You know what I mean? You know where to go. You know what you want done that night. And she's allowing you to do so. That is what I appreciate a lot more. Because there are girls that do that, but then give you a hard fucking time the entire time doing it.
Yeah, but I had girls drive me, bro.
That's what I mean. But like,
so I can't even complain.
Sometimes when a girl offers, you know, most of the time they don't. But when they do, like, I appreciate it. Most of the time I want to drive anyway because I feel like I would have a better way. I would know a better way anyway.
I'm riding on my bike.
But sometimes there are girls. Sometimes there are girls that actually like want to take me out there. So I'm like, all right, bet, fuck it. I have nothing against a woman driving me.
Bro.
They're lovely. There are some actually like really good female drivers I know.
There was a woman that I was with that was like, if you didn't know how to drive, we wouldn't. There was actually a couple of women that I was, a couple of women that I was with. They were like, if you didn't know how to drive, then I couldn't have been with you. It's okay that you don't have a car, but if you didn't know how to drive, then it was
like you gotta still be able to drive. Like,
right.
Like if
so learn how to drive.
You gotta learn how to drive, dude. But fucking yeah, it's good to learn how to drive anyway. I can encourage it because you never know when you might need to. You never know when you might need to actually learn how to drive a car. Sometimes, if you know.
You're hot wiring a car and
you're starting to grow up and you're starting to get older and you're starting to get to that age where drinking is involved and you might not be as much of a drinker as most of your friends and you're able to drive them home.
Corny, whack, boo.
Yeah, until I have to drive him home. Then he's like, oh yay, he's the best.
Well, listen, man.
Well,
why are you driving in the first place?
Why are you driving in the first place?
If everyone's gonna get fucked up.
Yeah. Or just to
Well,
travel.
we live in New York. You really don't need a car here.
No. You can really take the subway anyway.
But it's nice to have a car.
It is.
It definitely is.
It is very useful to having a car. You could use it for a lot of things.
It's more. If I had a car right now, I would just take long drives. Probably get out of New York to some mountain.
To a mountain.
To some mountain.
Just go to a mountain anywhere.
I would take Tundra to a bunch of different places. I do take Tundra to a bunch of different places, but I take her on a freaking train. And I take her walking. And I take her, you know? Which is good exercise for her, either way. But it would be nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, my long drives are when I used to work in Staten Island. I was in the Verrazano, you know, like fucking you would get on the BQE right over here, right? and you take that all the way to the Verrazano. Getting there in the morning, pretty easy. It's like 40 minutes to get from where I am all the way to Staten Island, right? And getting back, it's like an hour and 40 minutes.
Damn.
Terrible. There are sometimes they have actual accidents and it ends up being like 2.5 hours.
That's crazy.
And you're just bumping in your car, kicking it. If you have to piss, you better hope you have bottles in your car. I was one time I didn't, and I was stuck in traffic. I was there for 2 hours, miserable. For an hour, I had to piss.
I remember I had the same issue when I used to work at Uber, with Uber, in Jersey. Because you don't need your taxi license in Jersey. All you need is full coverage of the vehicle. And I had a car at the time. So I would be doing 12-hour shifts, bro. Making only like $200, $300. Driving around. And there were so many moments that I needed to pee. I perfected the art of peeing in a bottle while
While driving?
Wild.
I've done it too.
Wild. I probably shouldn't have said that.
I've done it too.
I'm gonna edit it out.
Literally, like fucking when I was driving to a job, well, this is when I was non-union. Fucking, it was, I was in the truck. I had to go from Midtown all the way to the Upper East Side. And I'm fucking driving, and I had to piss so bad. So I literally took a Gatorade bottle that was empty, and I was like emptying it, right? Like with one hand, as I was like on the wheel.
Yeah.
I like put it in the cup holder, fucking trying to unzip my pants, fucking dude. It was like fucking and trying to go cut off people and shit like that. And I was pissing the entire time. There was a guy that actually saw me on the other side of my right. Fucking, he was just like, "Oh, dude, like, oh, bro, what the fuck?" And I was like, "Stop staring, asshole!" Like, what are you fucking looking at? Like, fucking, I was looking at it, I was like, "What?"
Douchebag.
It's like, what do you want to stare at my cock? Like, fucking, like. So like yeah, so then I was like fucking literally doing that. Like I filled the whole Gatorade bottle in one ride.
That's crazy. I couldn't do that if it was a stick shift. I'd be fucked.
Thank God.
You know how to drive a stick shift?
No. My buddies that are car guys, they love them like crazy. My buddies that are car guys, they love fucking stick shifts.
I love stick shifts too, bro. It's actually the best way to drive. Well, when you think about a place that you would like to live, would you want to stay in Astoria?
If I could, yes.
Okay.
I would like to stay in Astoria.
What's your ideal setup in Astoria then?
Having a nice rent stabilized apartment, big enough.
I'm talking about like.
Oh, like I mean, like.
If you had money, bro, if you had a lot of.
Well, if I had money, I would actually want to have property.
Okay. In Astoria.
Yeah. If I was able to have like a nice like townhouse out here, and just have it for myself, no renting and anything like that, and be able to afford it, and be able to like cover it, absolutely. Like if I pay the taxes on it, it's not gonna be that bad. Maybe like $35,000 a year. Like it'd be a lot technically, plus your electric, plus like that, probably $50,000.
Sheesh.
It's a city, bro. They fuck you on everything. So like, if you're making like 165.
It's so wild too, right? Cause like.
$1,000 a year, and then.
So you would want to live closer to like Astoria Park?
It's cause like everything that I know is up here. Everything I know is up here.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm always like, I'm on the cusp of everything. I'm on the cusp of Jackson Heights. I'm on the cusp of Woodside. They're like right in, and on top of that, if I just not far away, is fucking Long Island City.
So what you're telling me is this: if you had all the money, you would still be there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Same spot. Hell yeah.
What else? Like I could go and travel wherever the fuck I want. Like I could go travel wherever I want, and still rent out there, and still pay for that out there, while still sending money to pay for the rent out there, because it's gonna be dirt fucking cheap anyway.
Okay.
Compared to like if I was to get an actual mortgage, an actual big house that I would want. You know.
Now, What do you want to do to get you there?
Oh, obviously go into business, go into real estate, go into things that I can have a passive income, and there are things that I actually have
You want to
to.
get into real estate?
Yeah, why not? Real estate is very lucrative.
Mm.
You know, being able to own a property and be able to actually make money off of it. You know, that's the thing about it. You know, like if you have people actually giving you money to pay off the mortgage, and then they also cut you a check for yourself. You know what I mean? Imagine the overhead for a building, right? For you to cover, it's like 3,500, and you're getting 5,000 in rent. That's 1,500 that's left over for you every month. So you're gaining a passive income.
All right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're paying off what you need to pay off for your property, and then you're getting on top of it.
I wonder how much profit the woman gets from this building.
Depending on how many units. And when I
There's
was
so
looking
many
at,
units.
there's like 6 floors, 10 units each floor. There's 60 people. Imagine they were paying at least around about like anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000, you know, per unit. That could cost anywhere. I wanna act like I know. I can try to like do it off the rip and like act like, oh, I can do. I'm like fucking, you know, Good Will Hunting.
A mathematician?
Yeah, I'm like Good Will Hunting. You know, fucking I would. You know, that's a lot of math involved with that. Okay, you know, 60 units at about, let's say, 1,500.
No, I say 2
That's
G's.
90,000.
Let's say 2 G's.
2 G's. Okay. 120,000 a month.
A month?
A month.
Wow.
That's 1 month.
It's amazing.
Now imagine how much this goes for this actual building when it comes to the overhead and everything. It could probably be anywhere from like 10,000, 15 to 20. But imagine you cover that with just 20,000, you have 100,000 left over. What the fuck?
She's always in like Gucci. Look, she's an old lady. Old Italian lady. She's nice.
And she,
Not really, but she's nice.
and that's bank.
No.
Now just imagine that in a year.
Wow. Well, imagine that in a couple decades. Apparently they've owned, I think it's like a family.
Well, in 1 year alone, it'd probably be anywhere from like 1.3 to 1.4 million dollars a year. Just profit alone.
Insane. But they have to pay something to the government, right?
Well, yeah, they do their taxes and shit like that.
Right.
But that is like just straight up off the profits of what they would get if they didn't have to worry about that. Now, guaranteed, they're probably taking home half of that.
You want another one?
Maybe. Yeah, let me get it.
Entertain.
I'm here to entertain. How you doing, party people? Are you thinking about going into real estate, making a lot of money? I recommend it. I brought that too.
Homie came through with gifts.
I know how to sometimes be able to carry on a night.
Man. So, what the fuck were we talking about?
Talking about real estate.
Real estate. So, excuse me.
Well, because you asked me, like, what do you
Where do you
want?
see your story in like 10 years? Because it's changing real quick too.
Well, I mean, it hasn't
Not
really
even
been
probably.
making. It hasn't really been making like drastic changes. It's definitely like the.
You don't see the upgraded buildings?
Oh, for sure. I mean, like that is a given. Like, you know, modernization is gonna always be, you know, a thing going on forever anyway. But what I'm saying is like the actual like, you know, people and how people treat each other and out here and shit like that. The vibe change. You know, a lot of people have been kind of posh lately.
What's posh?
Posh, very like snooty, like uppity. Like,
Really?
You know, like the richy rich, you know, people that come from different areas. You know, they feel like they could just stick their fucking nose down at you and shit like that. I've been noticing a lot of them right now.
Wow.
Yeah, not to say like anybody in the story is like that. I'm just saying like I've just been noticing like the mood changed towards people treating each other changed pretty much into something like that, like someone just looking down at you compared to actually looking with you.
Damn, yo, I feel like I'm never noticing that shit. But at the same time,
Well, I've been noticing it between other people. Like I feel like people don't know how to communicate anymore. You know, like people like just don't know how to carry a conversation where it doesn't come to having an awkward silence or at each other's wits' end. I don't get that nowadays. Like when I see that with other people. Me actually interacting with somebody, I don't interact unless someone talks to me. I don't like to do that. Like if you want to ask me something, talk to me. I'm open to talk. But I'm not gonna sometimes start it unless I feel like I have a good need to.
Right.
So if I need something,
Right.
if I need to tell you something, I'll tell you. Like, but if I don't have anything at the moment to tell you, and you come to me and you say something to me, I'm gonna respond. That's it. That's how it works. So, like, that's why I don't usually get into a lot of conflict. That's why a lot of people usually they like that I keep to myself. But a lot of people that are very expressive, and they talk to anybody. Well, yeah. Well, not just you. Like fucking, you are definitely for better part one of the examples, but you are an extrovert by nature. Like, so that's how like you communicate. You know how to actually like always interact. Always like interacting.
Right.
Like that's one way to actually feel like your battery's getting full. Because like sometimes like having someone have a good day makes you feel like you have a good day. And I like that. That's why I like being an extrovert in them kind of ways. But sometimes I vary, like different days. I like to be a little bit more to myself.
I got my days too.
No, I'm not
Everyone
saying
does.
but like I'm just saying like lately I've been able to find a good equilibrium when it comes to doing that. Being able to be able to be an extrovert in the night, but also an introvert, depending on how the situation is changing for me.
I need to learn that.
I know how to actually turn off and how to turn on.
Yeah, I don't know how to turn it off.
Yeah, I turn off immediately when I get come up to a place.
It could be either on or off, but if it's on, I don't know how to turn it off.
If it's a place I know, I'm a little bit turned
But I'm learning.
Yeah.
Because I do agree that there's moments you need to shut the fuck up, actually.
I've been learning. I've been learning because I get in trouble at work. Fucking, I can't help it. Like, I'm too opinionated. Like.
Yeah, but you know what I learned? Like, it's like a part of growing up, truly, is knowing that not every opinion needs to be fucking shared.
I'm starting to learn that a lot now.
For real.
Like, sad enough, it's cost me, It's starting to cost me now. So, that's where it's, like, is it really worth it as much as I really think it is? I don't think so. If it's starting to cost me now.
It's not even only that. It's like, what you think and who you are now may change. So you could look back at a certain situation and think, oh, damn, why did I even get tight at that?
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of...
knowing when to pick your battles.
Yeah, but also eliminating battles.
Or not being able to start one in the first place. Being able to actually mediate without having to get there.
Well, I feel it's like those moments I just want to make sure the person knows what I'm feeling. And I'm sure they're feeling the same way. The thing is that the conflict arises when both people aren't hearing each other. They're just hearing themselves. That's the issue.
I agree. I feel like people get in each other's way like that. Like instead of just listening to each other and able to agree to disagree. Not a lot of people can do that nowadays. Whether it's any kind of issue. You know what I mean? Even the smallest of issues. But now people start talking about a lot of other things that really have nothing.
Like what?
Or no place. Politics, racial.
Well, like what?
Like anything when it comes to racial issues, gender issues. When it comes to the government, when it comes to free speech, the First Amendment.
How do you feel
abortion,
about the government?
The government? I've always said it from the beginning. Less government is always going to be better. You know, when they have a little bit out of when they give the power to the people more than just trying to take the power for themselves, which they're always going to try to anyway. But it's about manipulating the people to tell them, because at the end of the day, the people is what gives them the power. And a lot of people gave up that power. We the people. It's in our Constitution. We the people. That means we are the government. We tell you what you tell us to do. We vote what you tell us to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like what we're willing to allow. We're coming to a vote. We want that from you. Now provide it. But nowadays you don't get that. It's whatever they want. It's whatever they're getting.
Well, do you think it's them
Yeah.
or the big corporations?
It's probably both. Because big corporations can be lobbyists. Big corporations could be ingrained when it comes to government because they're big donors.
Right.
I mean, like that goes
Or-
without saying.
Now this is the conspiracy brain thinking. Or do you think it's just a big distraction and both are simultaneously occurring by an even stronger force?
An even stronger force? You mean like outside
Who knows?
of just the United States, maybe a different dimension?
No. I wouldn't go that far.
I thought you were going more in the spiritual route.
No.
Because a lot of people feel like there's a big shift.
Sometimes I'm feeling like, all right,
There's a
'cause-
big shift in that.
look, I get what you're saying with that, and that's cool too, and we can get into that. But I mean more so just humans, right? Because think about it, right? Years ago, right? People were just obeying kings and queens.
Yeah.
They were the ones in power. It was just like, I'm in power. And before
'Cause they
that,
had
and before that, the barbarian times, it was just the strongest one, right? The strongest person. Okay. So what the fuck is money, really, right?
Money doesn't exist.
Exactly, right?
Doesn't exist.
It's our value that we put into it, correct? Okay.
Legit.
So, if that's the case, and the last form of power that had power were like fat and not strong at all, but super wealthy and powerful, and had all the control. These were the people that had the control then.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they have the control now? And I'm not saying that they have to appear the same way. Maybe they look different, you know? Times change, of course. But who's to say they just got rid of the face?
Of these corporations, what are you saying?
Of being the face that's in control of it all.
You're making you're saying like there might be the same face that they're trying to put up, but it's somebody else behind the scenes. Is that what you're saying? Well, that could definitely be it. Like, because I don't think this bumbling fuck that we have for a president's running anything. I think it's everybody else telling him what to do. Because you hear him time and time again during his interviews saying they told me not to say this, they told me not to say this. Fuck you mean they told you not to say this? You're the fucking president. You tell people what to say. Like, what do you... He doesn't know where he's at. And it's sad. It's sad. Like, I wouldn't want him to fucking be president. And I kind of feel bad seeing him just fail and fail and fail.
Right.
Like, I knew this was going to happen. But people were so fucking... They hated the other side so fucking much. They were willing to give this guy...
Well, I think the whole... If we're gonna step into that whole conversation, I think that whole thing is stupid. And that's what I mean. I don't believe the division. I think the division plays a role in the control of it all. Does that make sense? It
Yes.
causes a distraction.
Yes.
It causes a smoke screen. It causes
Yes.
It causes like just focus on this blah 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 while I do this.
Look at this over here while
Right.
I fuck you over here.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what they're
Everything's
doing.
always about power. So
And when you give them an inch, they take a mile. You give them just a little bit of an in, and they will take everything fucking down. Like the Patriot Act.
Honestly, the people that I think are in power are laughing at both the Republicans and the Democrats.
Everybody in the world is laughing at the United States.
No, fuck that, fuck all that. Like, just in the United States, right?
It looks silly.
I think that it's the people that are in control are laughing at the Republican and Democratic Party.
Oh, yeah.
I think they are. I think no, we're not necessarily laughing at the parties, but maybe. And this isn't all bullshit, right? I'm not anyone to be making an opinion about this. This is just my random conspiracy ass brain thinking about this.
It's okay to have an opinion.
Yeah, it's just not real though. The thing is that you have to understand, why do we even have this division? Why is it that the values of both the Democratic and the Republican Party had completely different two values from when they first began to when they end to where they are now? The Democratic Party was the party that participated in slavery. The Republican Party was the one that abolished slavery.
Mm-hmm. They were also the ones that voted for the 15th Amendment, the 16th Amendment, and the 17th Amendment. One of them being that women could vote. One of them being that anybody that was a slave could now own land. Republicans that voted this in, they believed in that kind of shit.
Right.
It was the Democrats that were starting way back in the beginning with slavery. From the beginning.
And then it changed. And the thing is that people and perspectives should change. But why have this division other than creating a distraction to the whole humanity of the people?
Because divided nation is erratic and it's easy to control. It makes it look like if it's a divided, the government's the only thing that can keep everything together. And then you give the government that power. You make them think that they're the ones actually really keeping everyone together. Meanwhile, if everyone just agreed to disagree, and actually everyone just looked out for one another and looked at each other as human beings, and everyone was united, the government doesn't even fucking be there. Doesn't need to be anything. It could just be bylaws.
Right.
Just hold these bylaws. That's right. someone. You guys are different.
Call it common respect.
Something like that. Something in that regard, and the fucking government becomes useless. You know what I mean? If we all had the right to bear arms, but we won't want to actually pull arms on each other, there's no need for a government to, enforce us too much. Of course, I would like police. Of course, if somebody's out of line, you need somebody to actually step in and actually police, their home. But we should still be our own police. We should still be our own, looking out for one another kind of thing.
A community should, yeah.
Exactly. If you have something like that, the government doesn't want that. They want you divided because a community that looks out for each other is a lot stronger than a community that doesn't trust each other.
It's true.
Because of race, because of gender, because of racial issues, because of gender issues, because of gender studies.
So how do you break that?
We got to find a common ground. We got to find a common ground to start, at least. It's not going to be like something that you can fix overnight. It's something that it definitely has to be built upon, and everyone has to start really coming to a conclusion of that whatever side we were leaning on and shit like that, we both had erratic issues, and we both are at fault, and we both have been fucking each other over for the past 60, 70, 80, 90 years.
400 years.
Like in general, like anything, like how we've started. It's always been on opposing sides. Always. There's never a time we've been a United States. If there's two parties, how is it a United States? One doesn't fuck with the other.
Right.
One has an opposing side of the other. Right. Nowadays, people that are on this side say this side should fucking die. What the fuck? We're supposed to... Okay, I may not agree with what you say, but you're still a human being. You're still a countryman. You're still a United States citizen, like me. We're both living in the same fucking way. I should not look at you any different.
No.
You have a different mindset.
that-
I shouldn't look at you any different.
Yes, that last.
That's how
line-
it's supposed to be.
The second line, I agree with. People are not living the same way.
Not well. What I'm saying is, we're both living in the United States. We're both living in the United States. It's not like
but that's the problem. Is that people aren't living the same way.
This
People are having a different
This is true.
way of dealing with America and dealing with the reality of being here within their own life.
Yeah.
And what their conflicts are.
Of course.
Shared grievances is typically what provides for social movements to occur. That's how, the Republican Party holds possession to the people that they do in the same way with the Democrats. But the thing is, it all lies in the perspective of those individuals. Because if you're looking at people who are Republican, they're typically very fucking successful. They typically have a lot of fucking money. They do. And Democrats, typically like working class and lower. You know what I mean? Like
Anybody that's a rich Democrat lately has been rich from the city. A lot of these Republicans already had something beforehand. Like a lot of like Mitt Romney. Like even though he's a traitor, piece of shit, but he's still a very successful businessman that ended up being a Republican that ran for the Senate and won. So like a lot of like Trump, billionaire, Republican. Fucking McCain, millionaire, Republican. You know what I mean? Like
But I think that's the problem is that like
they already have money going before into it. A lot of these Democrats made their money off the city to get to where they needed to be.
Right.
Because the city fronted their campaigns. Whereas the Republicans front their own campaigns.
Yeah, but that's where also some of the issues lie. Is like, why is it that people, and I know I'm jumping here, but people can find civilizations underground and find out about all these things about all these people, right? But they can't link up the people who have profited from slavery to the people who are still existing today. I'm sure they fucking can. You know what I mean? Like
People are still profiting off of slavery today.
But the thing is that like, why? That's the part that's bugged out to me. It's like that information is definitely there, and that's where the frustration I feel lies, especially within the black community, because like they deserve that fucking money. You know what I mean? Like,
You mean the reparations? And stuff
yeah, I honestly do believe in that. Only because it makes sense. Like it logically makes sense. Like if you could figure out a civilization, if you could find out about the Sumerians that existed like thousands of years ago, you can find out right now what families hold money because of X, Y, and Z due to slavery, and give that money to the existing families that are present today from
Your
slaves.
plantations.
You can find that. I feel like they can find that.
Where would it come from? Where would the money come from? The reparation money.
Well, this is what the thing is that that's when I feel like it would go further into the details of, all right, what money is providing for what? Like, let's say if this money that was brought in from slavery provided a funnel to provide for this business, and this business became, etc., then yeah, there's a way.
What if there was a big pool from all these families that have profited off of slavery, right? They made a big pool of all these families into this and there was a cap number, let's say like $100 billion, right? From all these families, and it got split up amongst all the families of slavery, how much money do you think everyone would be getting? What do you think? Like, what do you think? Like something like that? Like it would be a big pool and everyone would get their reparations that way?
I'm not entirely. That's the part where it gets tricky, and I'm not entirely sure how it would run down, because I'm not.
No,
I'm
not saying
that knowledgeable, to be honest with you. As far as that, you know.
No,
but
I
I don't think.
I just don't know how they're gonna get it. That's why.
Right. Me neither, and that's why like they keep it that way. But the thing is that I do feel like it should be that way. But the thing is that that's coming from a mindset of aggression and not understanding. Because I take a look at a country like my country. I'm from Venezuela, right? Venezuela went through the same thing.
Biden likes you guys right now. Biden likes you guys right now.
Of course, because we
They
have
want
oil.
your oil.
Yeah. But the thing is that you have to understand that Venezuela is only in the situation it's in because of a socialistic dictator that ran it, you know? And I can't say I wasn't raised there. I was born there. I know from what my mom told me and from family members and from media and doing research. But Hugo Chavez came into power through the military.
Yeah.
And he took over the government. Had people assassinated, was president for 20 years. You know, he was dying of cancer, but he actually died of a heart attack. And he died in Cuba. And then brought or gave the power to Maduro.
Which is the guy now.
Yeah. And the issue is that Venezuela could have been as rich as Saudi Arabia. But they decided to not deal with the United States. Chavez thought that Bush was the white devil. And many people thought that too. I think that money, at the end of the day, is the corruption that allows for a lot of evil to occur. But it's also the reality and what makes the earth flow or move, or makes people move rather, in this moment in time that we're living in. But I don't feel that money is even gonna help. I feel like, yeah, money is owed, but money doesn't help. Because look what happened to Venezuela. Yeah. Chavez took control and then eliminated the elite class that was there and brought up the working class people. He helped millions of people.
And then everyone was eating.
Right. Until they weren't. So it's like, man, you gotta choose what's more important. And I think it goes back to community, to be honest with you.
Which is very lax nowadays. You got people who are dying in their own prospective homes, you know? You got people who have actually really done something for their communities, and they get killed in their very own hometown that they've actually tried to help.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't make any sense. That's just what it is. Like we've been devoid lately. I hear it more nowadays.
Like you've been what?
I hear it a lot more nowadays. People just dying in their own fucking hometowns frequently. Or people just getting pieced off over nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, nowadays, it just seems more soulless, more without thinking.
Mm.
Before, like, whenever you heard about somebody actually like, getting bumped off, that was major, it was, you usually had some plan of execution. Nowadays, it's just right off the rip. Somebody just
No
passing by, pow, 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 that's it. And then just drive off.
Well, that's the reality in most places of the world, bro. Like, my cousin got shot in Venezuela like that. He got shot 4 times. And just for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Mad places around the world be like that. Not that it should be that way.
But the thing is, it wasn't that frequent out here. Like, when it came to someone who was major. If you're protected, you know what I mean? You know how, like, a lot of, like, rappers back in the days, why they had so much security? Because of what the rappers nowadays aren't doing. They don't have a lot of people in their entourage with them anymore. They move reckless. They move like they don't need nothing. And then if they didn't check in, and then they pull up in a certain hood, and then they stop at a gas station or they go to a fucking chicken and waffle spot, and then just get bumped off like that. Just for not checking in, just for not talking to anyone.
How do you feel about checking in?
Checking in? I mean, I'm not gang affiliated, but if you are coming around a certain area that is gang affiliated, I would talk to somebody. I ain't stupid. I ain't walking into no one's hood unless I know anybody out there.
Yeah, right? But what the fuck are you doing there?
What are you doing there if you don't need to be there? Like, that's the thing. Like, if I'm going to move in somewhere,
Right.
and I know I'm going to be planted somewhere, I need to know somebody, at least from the area, that
Right.
knows the people that are from where we're at.
Right.
So that I know
Right.
I'm with them,
Right.
they know me.
Right.
If he's cool with them, he's
That's
cool with
it.
me.
Boom.
And then he looks
Listo.
at me.
Listo.
He looks at me
Listo.
like it's
Listo.
not a problem. Oh, you his homie? Oh, you his little homie? All right, cool. And then we just go about our business.
That's
And we
it.
can do whatever the fuck we want. Now they know we're here. They know if something happens to us, they know they gotta answer to them.
Right.
That's all it is.
Right. Hell yeah.
That's how it's supposed to
Hell
be.
yeah.
That's
Hell
how it's supposed to be. It's
Yep.
out of respect. Even if it's not even gang affiliated, if it's just people that just know the area, that are from the area, and they know the people who are on the rough side, and they know people who are on the heavy side. You know? Fucking they know how to actually communicate.
It's
so
a
then
medium.
you talk to them.
It's a medium.
It's all politics.
It's a medium.
It's all politics.
It is politics, right? In a way.
All politics. And like it's just about like you're stepping in an area you don't know. If I know an area I could walk into and I don't check in at all because I know people.
Right.
But I still talk to people. You know what I mean?
That's why tourists be fucking up.
know
And
what
I'm
I'm saying?
definitely fucked up. Oh man. Yo, I was in Germany, right? This is a stupid story.
Hear it now. Here's a giggling motherfucker.
Man. I'm so stupid sometimes. I was so dumb. So I'm fucking chopping it up with this dude that I thought was cool. And I was trying to get some, you know?
Okay.
Right. And I gave this motherfucker 20 euros. But after we had a conversation for like an hour, bro. So I'm thinking like this dude was cool, man. Never came back. And I'm like, oh, I felt like a dumbass. I felt like
Fucking out 20 euros. Fuck.
Yeah. But I was like,
That guy was
fuck.
good.
Yeah, he was good. He was good. He played
I
the long
paid
game.
him for a conversation.
He played the long game.
Sometimes it's rewarding.
I was so sure he would come back.
Because you didn't think he was that much of a dick.
Right.
Maybe fuck you.
Never came back.
Fuck. See? But you're a good dude. Like,
Dumbass.
you were willing to give him that 20 bucks, though. That 20 euros.
Yeah,
which is
technically
more than
25
20
bucks. 25 bucks
You gave him 25 bucks.
at the time. Now it's less.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's what it is.
Happens. That motherfucker got played though. Eventually, I know it.
Yo.
Yo, if you watching, fuck you.
Yeah. Yo, fucking, The last podcast, we were talking about squirting, right?
Yeah.
Now let the record reflect. I remember there being videos of it prior to ever like learning how to actually make chicks squirt.
I told you.
I knew there was videos.
You
of
was
such
like,
thing.
no.
No way. I was a dick. I apologize. Fucking like I was cheesed. It was good. But I definitely learned by different medium. I learned from an actual video. I learned from an actual person. It showed me the way.
Okay, tell me about this person.
Okay. Well, you know how like when you're an impressionable 20-year-old man and you want to go to strip clubs and shit like that.
Okay.
This is what I was doing. And I met one stripper in particular, and we went to the back, and it was supposed to be like 150 for like a private like half-hour dance kind of thing.
Okay.
And we were chopping it up for a bit before this happened. So then like she was vibing with me.
Okay.
And I was like, she just wants some money, so it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But when we go to the back room, she was blowing me for the first half hour.
What?
And then I fucked her the next half hour after that.
What?
I had a condom too.
You
That
said
time
what?
I had a condom.
Alright, good
I had
shit.
a
Oh,
condom
good
ready.
shit. Good shit.
Like, I didn't think I was gonna need it that night, but I just felt like I needed it, so it came in handy.
Dope.
So, like, we met. I got her number. I met her on a Friday down the week, and then we went out for dinner. She paid for dinner. She paid for the dinner.
Nice.
She drove me back to her place,
Nice.
and then we fucked.
Hell yeah.
And then she
For free.
for free.
Let's just add that in there.
I mean, she paid for dinner. Like, she paid for like $175 dinner,
And she let you fuck for free.
and let me fuck for free,
Oh shit.
and
Oh shit.
and then taught me how to make girls squirt
Oh shit.
with your cock as well as your hand.
Yo, knowledge gained.
I was blessed.
Yo, by a stripper.
Stripper,
Yo.
lovely woman.
Yo, I fucked a stripper one time too, but it wasn't at the strip club.
I was dirty. I'm sorry.
Nah. That's fucking great. But I just, all right.
Go for it. Go for it.
It's like, all right. There was a time that I fucked with this Buddhist shit.
Okay.
It wasn't necessarily Buddhism, but it was like a thread of Buddhism. And basically they would do this chant that was like, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And they would just keep saying it like, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, like da-da-da. And,
Sounds like a seance.
huh?
Sounds like a seance.
Like a fucking cult, right?
A little bit. I gotta be honest.
I low-key got trapped in that real quick. But
Just saying.
but they had a good message. That's why I fucked with it. But anyway, there was a time that I went to this lady's crib because my friend at the time was practicing this there, and it had like a whole shrine or whatever.
Oh.
And this old lady, it was like this old lady. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna have my granddaughter here. Or like, it was like a family member or something like, I think it was a granddaughter, some shit like that. And yeah, it was a stripper, but I didn't know she was a stripper. I was looking at her, I was like, damn, she's fine as fuck.
That's what you're thinking, though.
Like,
But then you found out she's stripping.
yeah, but after the fact, like, after. Damn. And we fucked on the staircase, and it was lit of the building.
I kind of had this. I kind of had something similar, except it was like a fire escape kind of thing, like in the back, like where no one could see it. Like just think of it like a fire escape, but it has like instead of like the bars, like it's like a flat sheet, but still has the bars. We were where like the flat sheet was, like hid away, kind of like that, like standing up fucking.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. And then like I had her legs up, picking her up.
Oh, is it? Oh hell yeah.
Nice summer. It was a nice summer. It's a good summer.
Yo, I fucked so many times in a staircase or in a roof because I didn't have a fucking crib to fuck. Now I got a crib to fuck, and it's fun.
Going down on the roof
It's mad
twice.
fun. Huh?
I never usually like having like outdoor sex. It's always like it's
mad
spontaneous in
outdoor
the moment when they say they want it right then and there. Cause I'm willing to wait.
I'm not. There was so many moments I was just, let's do it right now.
Well, it's like I know that it's not gonna get to a point where if I don't give it to him right now, I'm just gonna give it to somebody else and not talk to me ever again.
It's not even about that. It's just the
That's
moment
what I mean,
right
like,
now. I'm
it's-
just horny right now.
But I know it's
Right
not
now.
like that. I know it's not like that.
These girls be doing. They know what they're doing. Yeah. They know what they're doing.
But like I just know when like I want to feel comfortable. Like if I don't have control of the situation, or if I feel like I have to rush and like pre-plan or just go on the fly, and it's a lot more stress. You know, even if I was able to get away with it, like I was saying, like in that little
Lot
like
more
sheet
stress,
kind
why?
of thing. Like fucking, I just like having more of a space, more of control of the space.
I feel you. No, it's nice. It's nice to have control of the space.
And privacy.
Hell yeah. Nah, it is nice.
And privacy. I don't
It is
want
nice.
no one knowing my
But
business.
those wild moments that I've had were fucking spontaneous and fun. And I'm still down to do all that shit. Because it's just like, it's fun, bro. It's fun.
You gotta be special for me to give it to you like that. You gotta be special because I don't give it to anybody like that. Nah, I'm sorry. Like it's nothing against them. You know, if somebody told me like that train thing, I don't think I'll ever do it again.
I would do it.
I don't think I ever do it again. Unless it was the same person. Maybe.
I would do that. But yo, I think we gotta
Call it
end
quits.
it. Yeah, it's not called a quiz, but we gotta end it here. It's getting late.
Yeah.
So yeah, you already know.
You guys have
Thank
a good
you.
work.
A go. It's the conversation. Yeah. Take your mind different places. Now you know. So yeah.